Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've got a bit of a rough start here to begin with, but hopefully, just like the lawn services we provide, we're going to finish with a nice, smooth, even finish. Now, the house that's right behind me, the house that we bought just a couple of months ago, has been condemned. Now, unfortunately, there's a natural spring in the area, and that spring has broken the foundation, and it's a little leaky in the basement. So that's also built a fair amount of mold that was hidden behind some of the drywall panels. So we gotta move. Now, the good thing is, I've talked to Vanessa down at the real estate office, and they're going to do kind of a switcheroo, if that makes sense. So this house, we're selling it as is where is. We're getting our full market value back from it, from what we bought, but we're buying a new place that's $5,000 more. We'll show you that when we get there. But we also have some other bad news. Now, the dirty old Chevy behind me, she's toast. I was out on the highway last night and spun a bearing. So I've got myself a rental. But this rental, it ain't gonna help me in the slightest. Can't put a lawnmower in there, can't even put a spreader in the back of that thing. There is nothing I can do with this lump. So, I've priced out replacement engines for this. I've priced out getting the engine repaired, all of which are going to take me around a month or so to get all the parts out here, because we're fairly hard to get to. We're kind of in the boonies. So, a lot of these parts, we're going to have to wait for quite a while to get. I can do the repairs. It's not hard. I've rebuilt engines in the past. Heck, the only thing I haven't rebuilt is the transmission. So, and that's just because I swapped them. But anyway, this truck, she's toast. At least for now. I'm planning on holding on to it because I quite like this truck. It's a 93. You know, it's 32 years old. It's right up until last night, she was running strong. But we do need something in the meantime that is not this. Now, one of the other kickers is I can rent a truck, but to rent a truck is going to cost more than buying a truck. So that's exactly what I did. I'm gonna run down to the dealership. I'm gonna go pick up the new truck, get rid of this little sugar cube lump of econo nonsense, and then we're gonna go visit Vanessa down at the real estate office. All right, so we're up here at Eddie's Auto Works. We just spoke to Wilson, and we have everything squirreled away. See $500 up in the top right corner. That is the damage deposit for the dirty little Skoda that I got rid of. This triumphant beast here in front of you is the new truck. Now, we went with a 1-ton, kind of future-proofing things here, with a 1-ton dually, and went with the Duramax diesel and 10-speed auto. Now, in the bottom right corner, you can see just how much is still owing. So we're owing $14.42 per month and still have 24 months to make those payments. But that should be well within reason. Now, the other thing that we got included with this deal was for an extra $1,500, we got this old trailer. So we have a truck and a trailer. Kind of works for a landscaping business, doesn't it? Now, the next thing we need is going to be somewhere to keep said truck and trailer. So we're going to scuttle off to Vanessa's place here real quick. I think... no, she's the next one down. She's got a green Skoda parked out front. There it is. Boy, I'm glad I didn't bring the trailer. That is quite an abrupt sidewalk. There we go. That is all of the room. Okay, let's go make some real estate deals here. We'll be right back.
5 minutes later.
All right, everything is signed. We are poor once again. For a moment there, we had like $130,000. Also, just looking at this curb here, like, I don't know how she gets that car in and out of here. She must be good friends with the alignment guy. Gotta be. Yeah, not to toot my own horn, but that field, that park is looking fantastic. Even with that stupid gate. And this is the new house. Much smaller house than the old one, but much newer house than the old one. And here's the shop. Not a great shop, not a grand shop, but it's got potential. It's not heated, but I mean you can't win them all. Does have some decent lighting inside, decent amount of space. I've already got a couple of tools brought over, so we're already doing good. Looks like I might need to take care of a tree behind here as it's clipping through the building, and that's going to drive me absolutely off the wall. But this is the new property. Got a nice little waterfall feature that's not on my land. And I have a fair few acres here that I can mow if I wanted to make this place look super nice and tidy like the old place did. But I mean, look at the view. I can see the city from here. Woohoo! Yeah, this is going to be okay. Sit out here in the morning, have a coffee, come home at night, fire up the barbecue. Oh yeah, this would be good. And a decent shop too. Like I'm honestly impressed with that. So just for some quick notes here, we sold the old property with everything on it. We ended up with 104,848 coming in, and this new property we ended up spending 110,152. So we're right around $5,500 is the difference between the two, and it's totally worth it. 100% worth it because I actually have space for things now. Speaking of which, I gotta go pick up my trailer and pick up my things and bring them over to the new place. I'm also hoping that the old truck fits on the trailer, because that's going to make things a lot easier if I can just trailer it over. I don't know where I'm going to keep it, but maybe for now in the shop, we'll work on it and get it all fixed up. Well, there we are. We're all loaded up, ready to go on to the new house. So I had to share a little bit of space with the back of the old Chev's box there just to get everything to stop wigging out, because, you know, farm sim, not everything has a space where you can tuck things.
Phrasing.
But all that said, the new truck is rolling fine. You know what? I think I'm actually going to load the Chevy beside the shop for now. No, no, I'm going to load it into the first bay. It's going to give me the best chance to actually work on it. Yep. Remember what I said about farm sim physics? Alright. Well, let's get her pushed off. There we go, that'll clear everything. Perfect. So I'll have to find like an engine stand and engine hoist and that kind of thing later. But we can just kind of leave her as she is for now. Get everything unloaded. We get all the hand tools just put away in the corner here. I guess I'm close enough to hit triggers. There we go. So, I even have a place to put the Duramax when I'm not running her. Perfect. Now I do have one more stop to make today. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to bring the trailer. But I'm not going to tell you until we get there why. Alright, we have made it to our destination. We are at the county headquarters. And we are here to see Olivia. And I have no idea where I'm going, so I'm just going to start knocking on doors.
A few moments later.
Alright, Olivia says just inside here, and it is the units with pylons. Okay. So it looks like we got a little bit of a selection here. Now, what they're doing is they're clearing out a little bit of their equipment. So, I guess I should clarify. This is the county. They're the ones in charge of public works, maintenance, and whatnot for the majority of the county. Looks like they're pretty well kitted out. I don't see anything back here with a pylon on it. My trailer's nicer. Yeah, there's nothing back here that's got a pylon on it. Ooh, bunch of plow trucks. Plow trucks, couple of real nice loaders. Backhoe. All right. But what we're here for is a new mower to replace, or, well, maybe replace is a bit harsh, but to supplement or upgrade from the 112. Now these would be nice. Mind you, this would be really nice because I'm pretty sure I could throw a loader on the front of that and pull some implements of some kind, but that's out of the budget. These little guys, she says the Craftsman, they only want 300 bucks a piece for them because they don't work anymore. So I might take her up on that. Actually, who am I kidding? I'm probably going to take her up on that. The 4110 here. She wants 1,800 for that guy. 33 or 330. Sorry, I'm looking back and forth at my notes here. 330. She said 1,200, and the 445 was 1,500. So no matter which way I spin it, they're gonna be a couple of bucks. Now this guy here, I think he's probably the best deal out of everything because he's only 300 bucks more than the 445. Plus, I mean, like, it's a real tractor, sort of. It's a real utility tractor. So I might entertain that. Definitely gonna pick up a Craftsman though. Like, how 300 bucks? How do you say no to a non-running lawnmower? Just gonna let my ADHD just run here while I think about which one I actually want to get. Damn, would that be nice?
One eternity later.
All right, so we have been up front. We've done our paperwork, sent the money away. $2,100 later, we now own a 4110 and a non-functioning Craftsman mower. So we're going to, actually I saw a pile of these over here. Yeah. We'll just add that to the pile. We'll add this to the pile. I have no idea how we're going to get this thing out of here. I might be able to squeeze it out through here. But we're going to take the no worky mower. And we're just going to heave it up onto the deck here. There we go. One. Not so bad when you can pop them into neutral. They only weigh a couple 100 pounds. Not too much to push. Now this thing, on the other hand, got some hours, but seems to start right up. And doesn't look like it's in bad shape either, which is quite a nice touch. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's like it was meant to be. Now let's just drive it into the side of the building. And hope it fits on the ramp. Well, I guess we can just play it that the discharge flap there flipped up like it should. But there we go. There's some new equipment to go along with the extra contract that we picked up today. So here we are. This is the new project that the county has given us. We are just shy of 6.5 acres here, including this little grass strip underneath the power lines. So they are holding a kind of Oktoberfest into Halloween festival, and this is where they want to hold it. So they need all of this mowed, and they're paying handsomely. So we are going to take our brand new to us, very old 4110 out. And we're going to give her the old trial by fire. And hopefully it holds up. we're just going to immediately start running into things. Because that little flap doesn't stick up. There we go. It is very quick steering, which is nice.
One hour later.
So, things were going really good. You can see how much progress we've made here. But, as I go to try and restart this thing, she's out of gas, despite what the dash tells me. We have no gas. So I guess I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to drive to the store, pick up a couple of jerry cans, and yeah, well, that's not a good look. We're probably, I'd say, around 60 to 70% done. We've got quite a bit mowed, actually. So zoom out here, you can see we don't have a whole lot left. But that would be just my luck. Like, I know the county was selling it cheap for a reason. I didn't think it had a whole bunch of electrical bugs. But I also probably should have thought of that before just jumping straight into a big contract with it. But that's okay. It's only, what, quarter after 10, 10 after 10? We've got lots of day left. And this is only contract number 1 of 2. And there we are. Done. With only one singular hiccup. And that was 100% my fault for not checking the fuel level before we left. But I am happy to report that the tractor ran just fine otherwise. But it did just stall as soon as I hopped off it, so maybe it's got a seat sensor or something. Hopefully that's all that is. Oh, almost. Almost caught, so it's not a seat sensor. Oh, got it that time. 4th time's charm. Okay, so... Yep, and it just quit on me again there. So I'm wondering if it doesn't like to idle when it's hot. So the county was selling off a lot of their old equipment just because it was, you know, getting old. Kind of likes to keep things new and fresh. But I have a feeling that some of their equipment was getting a little temperamental. So we're going to let that cool off. And we're going to head down to the next location. The next one's not nearly as large as this. But it does pay about the same. I'll show you why when we get there. This here is our next contract. So we've got a couple of rocks kicking around. We've got a bit of a hill here. So we're going to test out the rollover protection system on the new old tractor there. And if we run up the hill, we're only going up to this brush line here. We're not going any further than that. Just up to here. And we're just going to keep this mode just to keep it fairly clean for all the traffic going through here. And you can see we have a game boundary here, so we can't go too far. So we'll go up to the game boundary. We'll just call it the property line, I guess. And we'll zigzag in and out of these trees a little bit and around the rocks. And it shouldn't be too bad. But like I say. Oh, good, it started. Okay, so I guess it just needed to cool down a little bit. Oh yeah, she's going good. Anyway, I'm gonna get hammering out on this, and I will see you guys in a few minutes. And there we have it. That didn't take very long at all. This little grass here down next to the road, it barely got touched by the mower, so that was nice. And it wasn't until we got into this other end here that we started to get into a little bit of load. Now, going up the hill, not so much a problem for the tractor. Coming down the hill, she wanted to get a run on me every single time, so that was a little challenging. But overall, a little 4110. I think it's going to stay. I think it's definitely worth its weight. So we're happy with that. I'm going to go call the county, let them know that both of their jobs are done, collect my pay, and then I'm going to head back to the dealership again. And with the stroke of another pen, I have signed more of my little bit of savings that I have away. Yep, we got another gator. This time, I'm going to use it. Now, if I bring up the HUD, you can see we are into October already, which means we don't have a whole lot of lawn and garden left. So I have to start thinking about what I'm going to do with the winter. Now, the winters around here supposed to be fairly rough. So I figure, why not get ahead of the game? So I've got a gator with a cab, a plow, and a salt spreader. I also have a salt spreader for my little tractor. Hopefully, this works on the 4110. I haven't tried it yet. Obviously, the 4110 is already at home. This thing, hopefully hook up to the 3-point on that, and hopefully I'll be able to use this in areas that I won't get the gator. Now, the gator is fully kitted up with all the lights and bells and whistles that I could possibly want on it. So I do have turn signals. I do have a beacon on it. So it is technically road legal. So I should be able to get it around town without, getting another ticket. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I can throw a plate on it if I really need to. I don't think I'll need to, though. And I think that's all I need to do today. So, if you've liked what you've seen and you want to see more, make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss the next video that comes out. I will probably be doing the next Montana video here in the next couple of days, so watch out for that. And make sure you like and leave me a comment down in the comments where the comments go. That's where you should comment. Wow, it's getting late here. Let me know what you guys want to see in the next one. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.